It's time to feel the rage. Welcome to Film Rage, where we talk movies, current releases, coming attractions, streaming, and classic films as well. Directors and actors beware, as you cannot hide from the rage. My name is Bryce, and I'm part of the Film Rage crew, which also includes Jim.
Hey, hey!
Hello, Jim. And near, far, wherever you are, he believes that the heart does go on. It's Murray.
Please don't sing.
So with the introductions out of the way, let's rage on.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of singing today, people. It's been so long since I've talked to you all. I miss you all. This week on the podcast, we talk about 3 films we saw in cinemas.
That's a lot of films.
I know. Then
Did we see them all in one night?
We did see them. It was a try.
Guys, you guys are crazy.
We are motherfucking cray. We did some streaming, lots of streaming. Open Rage, Murman Minute, the list, Rage or Dare. Then we sign off, get some needle and thread, and start crafting our Halloween costumes for the big Halloween movie event this week.
Wow, you sounded like a ghost.
Scary stuff, kids.
I'm scary. Speaking of scary, we have, what's today? Wednesday?
It's the first day of the rest of your life, Jim.
It is the first day
Make
of the
it
rest of
count.
my life. So today's Wednesday, the something of October.
28th.
Thank you. We have 2 more days of all the horror, people. So get on. You're going to get to hear 2 doses of Film Rage this week.
In 3 more days, and then 31st the end of it?
Today's Wednesday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, maybe.
So there's 3 more days.
3 more days. Thanks for doing math with calendars and stuff.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
we are going to be on Best Little Horror House in Philly with our man George, who you were all lucky enough to hear last week. And thanks for the listeners. We had a banner day. We had huge numbers. So thanks, people, for listening to our buddy George and us. So All the Horror 18 on Twitter and Instagram. Also, support scaresthatcare.org. Buy some motherfucking merch because this charity is amazing.
And all the proceeds go to it.
Yes, and All the Horror has some really super, super cool horror stuff. I love this part of the music.
You never get to this part of this.
Yeah, we never get this long.
Talking too much.
I'm talking like a motherfucker. Also, check out allthehorror18.wixsite.com/event and see all these amazing podcasts. We're on it seemed like 20 episodes this week. Like, we did so many spots. Yeah. You'll get so much rage this week, people. Go and listen to everything on All the Horror.
Yep.
It's been such a fun, horror-filled week. I can't wait. And I got a quick commercial from our buddies at I Hate Your Taste in Movies. I love these ladies. They are probably the coolest, well, at least some of the coolest people we know. So check this little nugget out.
Welcome to I Hate Your Taste in Movies. I'm Jackie, and I love action movies, but I really hate horror movies.
I'm Jen. I love horror movies, but I just can't stand musicals.
And I'm Austin. I love all things musical, but I absolutely hate action movies.
Join us each week as we share our all-time favorite movies with our friends who will just rip them apart.
You can listen to us, I Hate Your Taste in Movies, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter at I Hate Your Taste and on Instagram at Hate Your Taste Pod.
Join us as we put our friendship to the test every week and learn surprising things about each other.
Like how Austin saw the movie Pitch Perfect in theaters 12 times.
Which is perfectly acceptable. Or how Jackie played with oil cans as a child.
Normal childhood behavior. Or how watching a zombie movie makes Jen want to eat chicken wings.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that.
We release new episodes every Tuesday.
And for the record, I hate your taste in movies.
I fucking love these ladies.
Awesome. I want to marry all of them.
I know, right? Jen. Okay, I'm just going to say, Jen, you and I have the same taste in movies, by the way. And we might just have, what doesn't go better with rage than hate?
That's true.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. These guys are awesome. Check out their podcast. It's fucking awesome. All right. What did we see in theaters?
We saw The Empty Man.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yes.
Tell me more.
The Empty Man is the story of an ex-cop who becomes involved in the investigation of a missing girl who seems to be involved in a secret group that is trying to summon a supernatural entity.
Is it?
Sounds terrible.
Everybody get
Doesn't
that?
it?
This is another movie that was put on the shelf, and the only reason it got a theatrical release is because of the current pandemic we're in. It has been lying dormant since its completion almost 3 years ago.
What?
But unlike The War with Grandpa, which would also fall under this same category of movies that never would have been released if it wasn't for the pandemic, this was actually good.
War with Grandpa was good.
Whatever. Man. This was a unique story that was more intelligent than the trailer made it seem. This was a sharp supernatural thriller that was well acted, very well shot. The opening sequence, which must have been over 20 minutes long, was very creepy.
It was 20 minutes long.
It was a tremendous setup and set the tone for the rest of the movie. There was a pace to this that worked well, as its over 2-hour runtime went by without even thought of the length of the film you were watching. And we also had a Stephen Root sighting. I mean, he popped up in this. That is always a welcome sight.
Very brief.
Hell yeah.
So I'm surprised that I enjoyed this as much as I did. I think it was Mondo.
What? I'm surprised. But style, sound, music, mystic whispers.
Those Mystic Whispers were awesome.
Atmosphere, eeriness. I love the stylistic shots and the motherfucking creepy whispers. I just want to do the whisper. Can we whisper a bit? had a whole Candyman kind of ring / Mothman story feel. Nothing unique really and original to what you think is happening. And it seems like our hero has free reign to pretty much go everywhere and do everything or anything he wants without really anybody caring. Like, that's, as you're watching the movie, you're kind of like, okay, I'm just traveling through the world.
I'm fine with it.
Doing whatever I'm doing, which for most of the movie kind of annoyed me. But as the story unfolds, I found myself liking this film more and more. The intrigue to the story and what was unfolding had surprises and great scores to keep you going. This film was over 2 hours, as Bryce had said. And it was just like before we went to see it, we talked about it. We're both like, heck, like, what are they going to put? How is this movie going to be over 2 hours?
And how are we going to get through it?
And how are we
Since
gonna-
just watched 2 movies. This is the third.
I know. Not once in the whole movie did I think the story dragged at all. In fact, when the movie ended and it was like 2 hours and 15 minutes, I was like, this felt like half an hour.
Yeah, it was good.
Some questions, though, I want to pose.
There are definitely some
I want to
questions.
pose some questions.
Go ahead.
Who is the random kid who tells him about the cabin in the woods? Like, it's just kind of like,
Doesn't matter.
yep, okay. Good. How old was our hero?
Doesn't
was
matter.
he 3 days old? Or was he like 40-something?
Let's go 3 days.
Okay, I kind of like 3 days. Felt a little like Angel Heart as it was progressing. I'm not sure if you got the vibe of Angel
There
Heart.
was a
a little bit of Angel Heart, and it wasn't it?
I didn't get that vibe, but now that you're saying it, to me,
Yeah,
I'm
right?
like, all right,
I was like,
hey,
okay, what is this reminding me of?
Yeah.
It was totally, as it
I
progressed.
loved Angel Heart. by the
Yeah,
way.
so did I. I felt, as it progressed, it felt more like Angel Heart and less like the previous comparisons that I had. Because at the beginning, it was kind of like, oh, fuck, this is going to be another, Candyman, where they say his name 3 times and then they stick the bottle, God knows where, in their mouth, their ears, their ass, wherever they stick it.
Or the Boogeyman.
So,
or one
yeah, it
of
was
those
just
other-
kind of like,
yeah.
this is like every other teen kind of everybody dies movie.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't. Not my favorite line, but the line from this movie
Yes.
is I grew up in San Francisco.
He says it
He
so
says
much.
it a lot.
It was kind of part of the mystery.
It was awesome.
Gets a creepy, suspenseful, unique, but similar to other horror films, Mondo.
It was so good.
I loved
so unique.
I loved it.
I loved it.
There was parts about it that I...
There's so much that wasn't unique, but the big sum of everything that it
Yes.
was super unique.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of like, I don't know what this was to spec. So obviously both you and I liked it, but there's someone here that maybe did not like it as much as us. What does Merman think? Because you saw this one.
As usual, I could not disagree more with this review.
I love it. I love it when you preface that though, because usually when you say that before you get into your rant, is you'll go, I can't disagree with you more, and then you literally repeat everything we said that we liked about it that you liked, and then you put one thing that you disagree.
Ain't gonna happen this time.
Okay, let's hear it.
I had a choice between this one and the Liam Neeson movie, but I heard that one was terrible.
It was really terrible.
And I think I picked the wrong movie. Once again, we have a movie that blurs the lines between reality and whatever the hell else.
Yes.
Which means I was just confused as hell the whole freaking movie. So I didn't know what was real, what wasn't. And yeah, the whole 3 days and 48 years old thing, they should have just chopped it off before they got to 3 days old thing.
No!
Because the end was stupid. Let me just start by saying, on my little mini rage here.
I love it.
Is that my local
Cineplex. Say it, man. Spit the word. It's a swear word for me.
Their customer service has gone down the crapper. I understand the pandemic, and actually I'm lucky that they're actually even open, but they changed their hours again, didn't advertise it anywhere. I showed up half hour before the movie. I was locked out. I had to wait to get in. Then I got my ticket, and my gift cards wouldn't work. I had to actually pay for the movie.
Cineplex.
And I got to my theater, and yeah, there was nothing. There was no trailers, no music, nothing.
Sounds good
just
so far.
Empty screen. I was the only person there. And 3 minutes after the movie was supposed to actually start, I'm still staring at a blank screen. I had to go find somebody to actually start the goddamn movie.
Hey, can someone start the movie, please?
If I knew where the booth was, I would have done it myself because I actually have experience with that.
Yes, he does.
And then when I got back to the movie, it was freezing in there because they, I don't know, turned the heat off or something. I don't know what the hell the deal was.
It was one person.
Yeah, and this movie was 2.5 hours long. And the first 20 minutes, I swear to God, I thought I was in the wrong movie. I checked my phone like 4 times. I'm like, who are these 4 idiots on the top of a mountain?
I love the opening sequence.
Because I was reading the synopsis. It has nothing to do with the synopsis of the movie. Like these 4 morons who went to the mountain, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, going to the freaking Himalayan mountains in wintertime.
Sounds
fun. Cabin with like no heater or anything.
It's not a cabin in the woods. It's cabins in the mountain.
Whatever. It was stupid of them anyway. They all deserve to die. But yeah, the first 20 minutes, I thought I was in the wrong movie.
Harsh.
I was looking at it like, is this the right movie? It's like, I'm looking at the synopsis.
It was
it's like,
the right movie.
It's talking about a cop searching for stuff. Like, where the hell is the cop? I had no idea. I still have no idea what the hell those 4 people had to do with anything. I had no idea. No clue. First 20 minutes,
So that's the first 20. What about the last 2 hours?
Well, then I instantly recognized lead actor, which I was surprised because I don't know him by name. You may know him from Iron Man 3.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of those
peripherals.
Yeah, those guys who were on fire all the time,
mm-hmm.
who fought Iron Man before he was Iron Man. But I know him from like 7 seasons of 24.
There you go.
So I recognized him, and then
that usually gets you to a Mondo.
And like you said, Stephen Root.
What's a 24?
Like, exactly.
Exactly.
See, the best shows ever on TV. That's all. But whatever.
Exactly.
But yeah, if it was just straight, like when they first started off with like all the kids and with the bottle, and then 3 days later they end up killing themselves or whatever, I was okay with that stuff. That stuff I was totally on board with all that.
But then it got all fucked up.
Then all this stupid.
Delicious
cult, this stupid cult. It's like, what the hell?
Cults are cool.
And they're talking about like making a person because of like just by thinking about it. I'm like, what the hell?
They thought a lot about it.
It was just, oh yeah. And last half hour, I was ready to leave.
But did you leave?
No, it was a toss up between having to go to the bathroom and just walking out. So I decided to stay because I was by myself in the theater, nobody else around.
Were you scared?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not once. It was stupid.
So is this a rage for you?
I would say yes. It was a rage for me.
Wow.
I hated it. I think I would be happy going to the Liam Neeson movie.
Well, what did you hear what we say about
I absolutely would have.
Okay. Well, you're probably right.
I like ABC.
Probably right.
Good guy, bad guy, fighting evil, stunts. That's my kind of movie.
That's Liam Neeson's movie.
There you go.
Like blurring,
let's change direction. Let's talk about Liam Neeson next.
Anyway. Okay, you do it. Anyway,
okay.
yeah, no, I hated it.
It was a rage.
I hated it.
There we go.
Perfect. Why don't you talk about Liam Neeson's movie, Bryce?
We're going to talk about Liam Neeson. Wow, you're throwing
It's a good segue. It's a segue.
Well, let's get right into it then. A thief wants to put his past behind him and start to lead an honest life.
Love it.
That thief is played by senior citizen Liam Neeson.
Love it already.
Just stop, Liam. Just because they offer you the role does not mean you have to take it. This was a poorly written and poorly planned out abomination. The dialogue was laughable, with people saying stuff like, "Prove it, Tom. Prove that you did not kill that man." At which point I could not help but chuckle out loud, which may have annoyed some of the audience around me. It had things in it that made no sense, like a single cop with no family that lives in a giant house that seemed like it may have been 3 stories with like 1,000 bedrooms.
He was on the tape.
I guess he was a crooked cop, so maybe he could afford a mini
totally.
mansion. But I highly doubt it. Oh, and how about the front end of a car gets totaled, and then in the next scene we see the car, it's completely fixed. Not a scratch on it.
What?
How is that possible?
It's not.
It's not. Super contrived, ridiculous plot, which was not that badly acted. But when the lines the cast have to deliver are as bad as this, the world's greatest actors could not make this convincing. Please just stop, Liam. Please stop making these bad action movies. Make more movies like Made in Italy instead.
Oh, fuck, I hate you right now.
Me too.
This was a predictable rage.
Okay, so if you like endless gun cocking, obvious, predictable stories, car chases that allow cops to either miss seeing suspects in plain sight or magically and unnaturally find random suspects where it makes no sense for them to find them, well, this movie's for you. Does that sound like humor?
Absolutely.
Okay.
There we go.
This is the Invisible Man equivalent of Liam Neeson movies, and also was released the same year. What a surprise. Not since seeing Invisible Man this year have I seen a film that has a director show how stupid he feels the viewers are when they're watching a movie. This is a made-for-TV 25-minute plot they seem to stretch into a 90-minute movie. I don't even know where to start. I just don't. It started to become stupid. Oh, wait! I know where it was. The very first scene, when Liam Neeson meets Kate Walsh's character with fantastic made-for-TV dialogue that was so intense, I fell in love with cinema all over again.
No, you did.
And by that, I mean barf.
Barf.
The bad cops are the stupidest cops ever put into a movie, killing and leaving evidence wherever they go, thinking anyone, anywhere would believe that evidence didn't exist anywhere, ever. Recently, they literally solved, and this is not part of the movie, this is real facts, people. Literally, they just solved a 30-year-old crime via DNA evidence not available even 5 years ago. There's a whole new testing that they can do, and someone got off for it. But evidence dropped everywhere at every location cannot be found, or at least they ignore evidence exists in this film's reality. Plus, a senior cop who gives all his secret evidence away to the people he suspects may be the actual bad guys? Like, I'm just like, what? I could go on and on and on and on about how awful this movie was.
But what about the gunfight where they're both just basically shooting at nothing over and over again? Just
Yeah.
pow, 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 pow.
But first, I have to challenge Bryce on this to go back and watch the fucking terrible movie made in Italy. It was a
In Italy
true
was good.
horrifying rage. And I want him to rewatch it with new eyes and rate it a rage. It is due when we can finally get Liam Neeson on our doubted list where he belongs, because this movie proves that he is either making action romance films that suck or terrible love stories that should never be love stories that suck. I will not, and I repeat this now, I will not be ever seeing another Liam Neeson movie as long as he or I live. The only good thing in this movie was the amazing acting by Tazzy the dog.
I don't even remember.
Gets a Liam Neeson is doubted no matter what Bryce thinks rage. Best line, Tom. Yes, it's me on the telephone.
Yes, that was actually awesome. Another point where I laughed out loud.
That was it. Yeah, I was laughing out loud at how bad the movie was.
Yeah.
So
Who-
Murray,
Who else would it be?
maybe you would
Just,
like this
just one
movie.
thing.
What?
He can't be on the doubted list because he has a Mondo in his last 8.
What?
Widows.
No, that was a meh.
Mondo.
It was a meh.
Mondo.
Oh, you're dumb. Okay.
By the way, plus he had Made in Italy on the
Which
list.
is a rage.
And he had Ordinary Love.
Well, that was two Mez back to back. If you would make it a rage.
Back to back Mez has the same rules.
Yes, I know. But if Made in Italy, which is a rage, which it should be,
it's not.
He would be on the list.
But it's not.
It is.
Anyways, those three movies alone, that's not the work of someone who has doubted.
No, I'm not. No.
I'm not arguing with you. He has made some total crap. Like some of the worst freaking movies
You're just
that I've
wrong.
seen
Made
in
in
the
Italy is
last 5
not
years.
a meh. It's a rage.
But
watch it
also
again.
made some pretty good
just
stuff.
watch it again, please. Just watch it again. I don't know what you were channeling. Your 13-year-old girl that loves love stories that make no sense. A picture of Italy is not a meh. It's just a picture of fucking Italy.
It was a pretty movie to look at.
No, it wasn't. That's enough because I hate Liam Neeson. I'm never watching another movie.
I like the outdoor movie theater that was in it. That was the where they sat down in the courtyard.
I've seen it in real life. It's not that exciting. Doesn't get a meh or a mondo.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
It's terrible. All right. Well, Murray, I think you are right. You might have liked this one better.
Better than the one I saw, that's for sure.
Yes. So, we're going to get to see the winner chicken dinner of the weekend for me, which was Dave not coming back.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. 2 high-level scuba divers and longtime friends, or who are longtime friends, Don and Dave broke a world record for depth in the, I'm going to fuck this up, Boozmangat cave in South Africa.
Nailed it.
Oh, I'm so good sometimes.
You didn't nail it.
It would take... Oh, I didn't nail it? Oh, okay, whatever. It would take them 15 minutes to reach the bottom, but 12 hours to reach the top. And with a dead body.
Yes.
And it's a documentary. So first off, they lied to us, as Bryce had alluded to. Not going to say much more to spoil anything, but they did lie. Okay, now that we've covered that, this film is to diving, in my opinion, what Free Solo was to climbing. I learned a ton about a sport that I will never do in my life. The visuals of the deep dives are breathtaking, literally breathtaking. It is hard to talk about this film without giving the film away, but the suspense in this film is not whether Dave lives or he doesn't in this monumental dive, because you know that pretty much from the title. And about 10 minutes into the film, it's already a spoiler. But there is a suspense that slowly builds through this entire film for all the other divers and what will happen to them. The director brings the intensity of what is a deadly hobby, and you know that this diving thing is not safe, and it is not a safe world that they live in. This film has everything I hoped it would be, an amazing doc filled with intensity and delivers surprises and tears right up to the very end. Gets a I ain't motherfucking diving in South Africa anytime ever Mondo. My favorite line, the safest thing a diver can do on a dive is not dive.
Yep.
What'd you say?
Pretty much exactly what you said for the most part. I don't think I'm spoiling it by saying what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyways. So, good doc. Let's see. You mentioned that you learned a lot about deep dives and the tremendous risks involved, as did I. Lots of interesting bits to digest in this one. The intensity was well captured by the filmmakers, as we stressed about whether Don would resurface alive. I mean, I would say the same about Dave, but from the title of the film, I think we all knew he was a goner. Mm-hmm. And 10 minutes in, you know he's a goner anyways.
Yeah, you do.
This was what a lot more documentaries should do. Focus on a moment in time and tell that story. Focus on
Focus, people.
The film did that very well. This was a story I never would have come across if it wasn't for this film. So I'm glad that it made its way to me. Dave Not Coming Home was Mondo.
Yes, it was. Interesting, though, because remember, originally when you saw this, you're kind of like, I don't know if I want to see Dave Not Coming Back.
I watched the trailer and I was like,
it doesn't look that good.
I don't know. You're like, yeah, no, we can definitely squeeze it in between these other two movies.
Which we did.
And I'm going, really? We're going to go 3 movies? And you're
yeah,
like,
I made you stay up till 12:30 that night.
I know, and then I had to work in the morning.
Just
and
wine.
But you know what? Last two movies were
great.
Yeah.
So interesting, because just a little bit about this documentary. Yes. So, and because the film is called Dave Not Coming Back, you kind of have a hint that he's not coming
He's not
back.
coming back, even though he kind of does.
We kind of talked a little bit about this after the film. This film in particular, it doesn't take a trip that you would traditionally see from this type of documentary. Like
No.
as I'm watching it, I was kind of thinking to myself, okay, do I like what they're doing here? Like, did I want to see more surprises as they go on? Like, they could have done this doc differently. They could have had us not know that Dave comes back, and the movie would have been a completely
It would have been
different.
totally different. But
It was. But I thought they did, what they did bring us still brought me so much joy.
yeah, and there was a tremendous amount of suspense, even though we knew Dave wasn't coming back.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So it was really well done. I really enjoyed it. 10 minutes in, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then by the time we were like 40 minutes in, I was, digging my fingernails into my chair a little bit, into the armrests.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was like, yeah, no, that was solid. That was really solid.
And this is like, I don't know how many years in the making, because this came out
Well,
sort of relatively recently, but we don't.
Yeah, I think it's so everything started like 2004. Is that when
Yeah.
he disappeared?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're talking like 16 years to see the light of day, and it looks like they were doing a lot of stuff. It seems in 2018, so
Maybe.
I
we
don't know why
yeah.
there was like this big gap before they decided. But you know what?
I'm so glad
I'm
it
just
was
glad
made.
it got to me, and
Yeah.
and they did it well. Good,
Me
good.
too. Well, you know what I feel like? Other
feel like
than
doing something?
other than cookies.
I always feel like cookies.
I don't like cookies.
You're dumb.
Got sugar in it.
But let's motherfucking dance.
Yeah, all right.
Streaming. Motherfucking streaming. We did a bunch of streaming. And Bryce, what the hell did we do?
Streaming.
Murray, did you stream some stuff other than TV that you normally do?
No streaming.
The tale of
That would be the trial.
the trial. That too. It's also a tale.
Oh, well, I guess it is a
It
tale.
is a tale. It's the trial of Chicago 7, which
The
we
tale
saw on
of the trial.
the tale of the
Chicago
trial
7.
of Chicago 7 on Netflix. The story of 7 people on trial stemming from various charges surrounding the uprising. The 1968 Democratic National Convention in Chicago, Illinois. And this is directed and written by Aaron Sorkin. It stars Eddie Redmayne, Alex Sharp, Sacha Baron Cohen, and my boy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Don't forget John Carroll Lynch.
Yeah, he's there, whatever.
He's awesome. I'm going to talk about him in my part
Talk
of the
about it
review.
for an hour. He's
I'm
good.
going to talk about for half my review because
Sure.
I think this guy's awesome.
So, every actor in this film is and was awesome in this movie. The story, being a biopic, does not have a great chance of getting a great review, just so everybody knows, to begin with, as, guess what? It's a biopic. And the fact that this story was Hollywoodized, as I like to say. The courtroom action was solid. The story was well put together. I like the film a lot, but mostly for the story it tells. Fight the man! Story I did really like, but found too many characters and too much was missed. Should have made this a mini-series instead of a film. I did like it, and I liked all the characters, but it gets a Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Sacha Baron Cohen are always awesome, but this movie is a high meh.
I don't know what to make of this movie.
I know, right?
I think it might be Mondo, but let's just...
It's not.
I think it might be.
It's not.
I have some serious problems with it, though.
Yes, of course. Okay, as soon as you start off with I have some serious problems, it's instantly not a Mondo, bitch.
But what if the 90% of it I liked is so good?
You gave something a rage from the last 3 minutes of a movie once. So the fact there was problems in this movie. It does not deserve a Mondo. If you give this a Mondo, it's another one of your it's like it's Halloween this week right now. Fucking giving candy bars
Sometimes I'm in a
and
good
suckers.
mood.
Yeah, whatever.
Mondo for you. Mondo for you.
Meh for terrible movies. Oh my god, dude. This was not a Mondo. But please tell me more about why you think it might be a Mondo.
This was a hard one for me to review, as 90% of this was very, very, very good. The problems I had with the first 90% were minor, such as I felt the overall appearance of the film was perhaps a little too glossy and should have had a little more grit to it. The dialogue was almost too perfect.
Yes, Hollywoodized.
To the point that it was slightly unnatural.
It was very unnatural.
However, these are minor quips. The performances were great from the entire cast, which was an all-star one. Sacha Baron Cohen was a standout as Abby Hoffman, but the rest of the cast was very good as well. Would also like to mention the performance of Mr. John Carroll Lynch as John Dellinger. This guy is just so solid in every role that I've ever seen him in. He is the definition of a supporting character, as he is the glue that holds not just this, but every movie that he's in together.
Should we call him the glue man?
He's the glue. He's the glue man. John Carroll, the glue
man.
Lynch. I don't know.
Glue man Lynch.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't upstage anyone. He just comes in and shines in his own way. I love that guy.
He's glued.
I tell ya. Anyhow, back to the trial of Chicago 7. Apart from the overly polished, glossy exterior of this film, which is sort of what director, writer Aaron Sorkin does, I loved a lot of it. But then the last act took place, and the theatrics were so over the top. Check that. Like, so way over the top.
Eddie Redmayne's speech to the judge at the end didn't even happen in real life, buddy. And if you give this a Mondo,
that ending almost killed this one for me.
It's a meh.
But as an overall experience, it was very, very good. Was it Mondo?
No, it fucking wasn't.
I mean, a grittier portrayal would have had a more lasting effect on me. But this was still very, very good. Did the first 90% of it.
No.
Because honestly...
Did you do fact checks on this movie after the fact? Because I did.
I know there's
so
holes.
much that there's holes in.
I get that.
We've talked about this.
It was
You can't take a biopic and make it what it's not. How about you just tell the story? They could have done this as a miniseries and we would have got the real story. Not the story that Aaron Sorkin wanted us to know.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Oh no. Should you pretend it didn't happen in real life? Because then go ahead.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. The ending was not. The
ending,
Hollywoodization of this film was not good. It was too Hollywoodized.
It was very glossy.
Yeah, gloss up, baby.
It was a pretty picture.
Okay, let's have it. I'm tired of listening to you hum and haw on this meh film.
Sorry, what did you say?
It's meh.
I think you said it was a high meh.
I did say it was a high meh because the acting was all stellar.
The acting was so good.
Go, give it to me, baby.
It was a high meh.
There you go. Thank motherfucking God. All right.
Now let's get on to something else.
Yeah, please.
Something completely different.
This is gonna make me rage.
Are you ready, there, Jim?
I've never been more ready in my life.
Because we are about to talk about Mr. Adam Sandler's latest release on Netflix.
Yeah, Murray, actually, before he talks about this, can we please... Yeah, thank you. Can we just talk about the fact that he has people that he loves, and it doesn't matter what the movie is.
I don't love Adam Sandler.
He's got Ben Affleck up his ass.
Yep.
Now he has Adam Sandler because he made a good movie twice.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, and Mark Ruffalo. Dude, okay, let's hear about Hubie Halloween.
Hubie Halloween is another underdog comedy from Adam Sandler.
Already it sounds terrible.
It is about a man named Hubie that has taken it upon himself to save Halloween and ultimately his town. The first half hour was mildly amusing, with Hubie being mocked by the townspeople to varying comedic effectiveness. Then it bogs down as the repeating jokes that were funny become a little less funny. The movie suffers from its running time. 103 minutes was not necessary. This should have been a tight 80-minute movie. At 103 minutes, the jokes were not as effective as there was a lot of setup for little payoff. Tighten that up and forget the long, drawn-out setups, and you would have a more entertaining movie. Still, I did not hate this movie, and a lot of people implied that I should have. People have said that this was the fulfilled promise that Sandler had made when promoting Uncut Gems. He threatened the world that if he did not get an Oscar for Uncut Gems, that he would make the worst comedy ever made for Netflix in an attempt to torture us. If this is that movie, it failed miserably, as it's not that bad. And, in fact, is impossible that this is that movie, as this film wrapped up production in August of 2019, long before Uncut Gems was even released, and long before any Oscar buzz for his portrayal of Howard Ratner in said movie. So all you can... So all you conspiracy theorists, just shut up. This is not an intentionally awful movie. In fact, this is not an awful movie at all. It has some funny bits. Steve Buscemi and Rob Schneider were funny. The cameo from Shaquille O'Neal was funny. The red herring side plot worked. As I was wondering how these seemingly unconnected stories would connect, I liked the twist ending, even though it was fairly predictable. And don't forget about Hubie's Swiss Army thermos. That thing was amazing. That thermos itself made this worth watching. Once again, Mr. Sandler has made another untimely... Or, sorry. I can't do my... Adam Sandler has made an ultimately forgettable but mildly entertaining movie that was meh. I'm finished. You can talk now.
Jim is just speechless right now. He's stunned. He can't even talk.
Steve Buscemi was
so,
good.
Let me just say, having not seen this,
You can't
looking
really
at
say
the
anything.
description, Adam Sandler, Kevin James, and Rob Schneider, you said was in it?
Yep.
Yes.
All I needed was David Spade to be Grown Ups 3.
I know.
I was so sure that David Spade wasn't.
Would show up.
I thought he was the killer because they shot the yellow,
Maybe.
the blonde hair.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm spoiling stuff. Okay, forget
Maybe.
I said that.
Yeah,
Might spoil it for
there's
you.
a killer. Yeah.
No,
So-
there is.
By all means, feel free to tear it apart.
Yeah, so Adam Sandler, I understand, was mad he didn't get an Oscar. And so he said, supposedly, he would make the worst movie ever made.
He did, but
And
the
just
timeline
like
doesn't work.
his quest for an Oscar, he failed miserably.
Yep.
It's close to the worst movie ever made, but that title still goes to 9 Lives,
He should've
which
gotten an
holds
Oscar.
that title still and is truly awful.
Should have gotten an Oscar.
And in what reality would Adam Sandler's
Joaquin
character...
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
In what reality would Adam Sandler's character in this movie ever get a date, let alone hook up with someone? Annoys me more than anything. At times, he doesn't even know what reality he's in. He's just, the whole movie, Murray, imagine Adam Sandler and his stupid, annoying voice when he makes, which I, 5 minutes into it, I wanted to punch him in the face because his voice isn't funny. It's just fucking annoying.
No, it's not.
Comedy.
No, it wasn't funny. It was just grating on my nerves.
I had some funny bits.
No.
Shaquille O'Neal was funny.
You get the picture. He is a highly spectrum individual. You're lucky for us to still get an unexpected Adam Sandler, and his stupid voice is not funny. Adam, the only funny dum-dum in a horror movie is Dewey, and you are not funny at all, ever. Only good thing about this movie
Yes.
was we got Shaq back into the theaters.
Nice.
And Ernest Scared Stupid is the only Mondo for stupid Halloween movies.
I concur.
Ernest Scared
Exactly.
Stupid's so good.
It's so good.
Especially when he's calling everybody booger lips.
Exactly. Booger Lips is the best. Favorite line, and actually it's not a favorite line. It's just the only line of this movie.
Yep.
You want some soup? Or maybe not.
That's so good.
Pretty much that described the whole movie. Do you want some soup?
Swiss Army thermos, man.
Congratulations, Kevin James. You are back on your way to making the doubted list again.
Oh, he's got a long
Only
way to go.
7 films to go,
Yeah.
and you're there, buddy.
Although he pumps them out pretty
Can
rapidly.
Kevin James and Adam Sandler please go back to making a dramatic roles? Because
Stop making movies together.
If
Yeah.
his next one's a meh, though, it'll be another bunch of movies because, I gave this a meh.
no, but I gave it a rage.
Doesn't matter. My meh cancels out your rage. Do you not know the rules?
I'm trying to pretend they don't exist because the things you're giving out, is just, ugh. And a friend of mine advised me I should see this, Stone, because I would think it's funnier, and I didn't find it funny. And that's a real test. So what does that tell you?
Yes.
the Mortuary collection. Let's
we're
talk
moving
about
on?
that.
You don't want to talk about Hubie?
No, I
Halloween
don't
more?
want to talk about that terrible movie. He's literally 5 minutes into the movie and he's doing that stupid voice that he does all the time. But Murray, he normally does that for like 5 minutes. He did it through the whole fucking movie.
It was funny. He's riding through town. They're throwing stuff at him, and then as the movie goes along, they're like throwing bigger stuff at him. It's hilarious.
Yeah, no thanks.
You thought that was funny, but you didn't think the
funny.
old people throwing tomatoes at the guy at the grocery store and Grandpa was not funny?
Yeah,
that was
was
funny.
awesome.
That wasn't funny at all.
That was funny.
Awesome.
Okay, the Mortuary collection. Okay, so let's just back this up.
Back it
Hubie Halloween we saw on Netflix.
We did.
The Trial of Chicago 7 we saw on Netflix.
We did.
Then we saw the Mortuary collection, which was on
Shudder.
Shudder.
Dum dum.
Cute. That was perfect, by the way. Cute Tales from the Crypt, kind of, type shorts package. I found the shorts got more progressive and more intense
Ooh,
and graphic,
you're checking out my notes.
which I liked a lot. I love how when it started, I was kind of like, yeah, that's cute. It's kind of cute as it started. And by the time the last, I guess, clip or short as part of the package was playing, I'm like, this is motherfucking scary. Good times. I liked each segment and found I liked each subsequent segment better than the previous one. Gets high meh for getting better as you go, satiating my thirst for bloody good time.
Cool.
Shudder's back in the game, boys.
Yes, every now and you know what? They kind of have little streaks where it's like good. And then it's like god awful.
It's, you know what it is? It's kind of when they find these low budget films that somebody made in their basement and they don't have content. When they bring like international films that are new, they're usually
good.
They're usually stellar.
Yeah.
And this was just a really pleasant surprise to me.
Let's start with I love Clancy Brown.
Oh yeah,
He was very good in this as in everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
I also like the fact that we got a bit of
This
a
Is Us.
yeah.
Okay then.
I also like the fact that we got a bit of variety in the tales that were told within this horror anthology. We got some creatures, we got some zombies, we got some body horror. It was quite the buffet of terror.
Delicious.
There is a bit of an ascension with each tale. The intensity is ramped up a little more with every story. Once again, I don't know why you keep on copying my notes. I enjoyed this quite a bit. My overall impression as the credits rolled was that was a fairly enjoyable movie. It was a meh.
Yeah. Oh, it's May week on the podcast today, people. It's May. Okay, well, so what's the last one we saw?
We saw Borat's subsequent movie film on Prime. So I was kind of looking forward to this, I think.
Me too.
Thank you for not including me on this.
You're welcome.
You're very welcome. So Borat's subsequent movie film is exactly what you were expecting.
Subsequent movie film.
If you like the first film, Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for a Make-Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan, then you will like this. If you did not, then you won't like this.
That's pretty much
I want to
it.
hear him say it again.
Yeah, wait, can you tell us the titles of those again? Just one
What
more
was this
time.
last movie called?
His last movie was called Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Benefit... I messed it up this time. I'm doing it one more time. I think I can bat 666. Let's do it.
I love Satan.
Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. Ha! Nailed it.
And subsequent movie film.
And subsequent movie film. All right. So, Sacha Baron Cohen once again challenges whether you can make a joke about anything. He pushes the limits of absurdity and taste with his offensive yet provocative brand of humor. Not every joke will work. Some will misfire terribly,
Some did.
while others will stick the landing. The climax of the film with Rudy Giuliani is both cringe-inducing and hilarious,
Even I heard about that.
all at the same time.
It's everywhere.
I am glad that there are people still making this type of movie in an era of political correctness and fear that every move and every joke you make will impact your career. The fact that Sacha Baron Cohen does not care what anybody else thinks and continues to make offensive, ridiculous, downright filthy, yet provocative material gives me the hope that we may get through these times without becoming a world full of sheep. Sacha Baron Cohen, keep up the good fight. But maybe make a slightly better movie next time. Meh.
Borat gets better each time you see him.
No, he doesn't.
If you thought Borat alone was funny, add a caged daughter, and you've got a special gift for the vice president, or maybe Mr. Giuliani, and maybe a lawsuit from Donald Trump's lawyer. Also, so great to see our prime minister so prominently represented in this film as a racist, blackface wearing hypocrite.
Yeah, like in the first minute.
Yep, it was perfect. I could not stop laughing. Favorite line, these gypsy tears will keep you safe. Or make a hotsy of this Nazi.
Although some good stuff in it.
Although I laughed a lot, there was not the same level of intensity and humor that we got from the first Borat. I laughed the entire part. Like, to me, the first Borat was a mondo.
Fair enough.
So for that reason, it only gets a cage your daughter family friendly.
Well, there you go. But seriously, it's just good that he's still making stuff that nobody else is going to make this.
Yeah.
Only Sacha Baron Cohen.
And this is going to lead
and maybe like Ricky Gervais would be able to do something close to this.
I think you're probably right. Ricky Gervais could probably do something, pull this off. Yeah. But this is actually going to lead very nicely into my rage. Because here you have a comedic genius. I'm going to call him a comedic genius. He's got some of the stuff he's done over the years has been fantastic. But he's also one of the best dramatic actors of our time. He's been in movies where, like, you don't even know it's him. Like, I've seen movies and I'm like, I had to go back and I'm like, that was Sacha Baron Cohen. I did not know. Like, when I first saw Hugo, I was like, I didn't know it was Sacha Baron Cohen until like 3/4 of the movie into it. And I'm like, this guy can act his self out of a paper bag.
And when he does choose those roles, he always chooses like he's very particular, it seems, with what he does.
But it's not the same character. He played Abby Hoffman in The Trial of Chicago 7.
Oh, I know.
And then he plays fucking Borat.
Yep.
And then he's such a chameleon. I think I absolutely love him. And even if he's going to make a terrible movie, I will still go see it.
Yep.
Murray, I take it you don't like Sacha Baron Cohen.
Not especially. You've dragged me to a couple of his movies.
Yes,
I don't mind when he's not like over the top, like his what do you call it? His show, his TV show.
Ali G.
Ali G.
Yeah,
baby.
I didn't mind that character, but it's like, anyway. What was that Brothers movie we had to go? You took me to.
Oh, Brothers Grimsby. I think it's made my top comedic movies of all time.
I thought it was one of the stupidest things ever.
It's literally the funniest movie.
Him and our
one
friend
of the funniest
Josh
movies.
loved it, and I just like whatever.
I don't know.
Hated it.
I loved everything. Elephant semen everywhere. It's like
Hated
literally
it.
so funny. You're dumb, and so that doesn't matter.
Hated it.
Yeah, well, to each his own. Not a big fan of Borat, but
temperature rising, vision blurring, rage taking over.
My rage this week is great dramatic actors. I changed it up a bit. It's going to throw Bryce a little bit of a curveball. But I'm sticking with my original plan, which was dramatic actors doing comedy roles in comedies that are not funny and destroying my love of them so much.
Like what?
Like what? I talked about it already in this. Number one, Adam Sandler. Every dramatic role he's in, I absolutely love. I think he's a great dramatic actor. Every comedy he's made, other than Happy Gilmore, makes me want to punch him in the face. Every time.
that's the only part of that
Everything's
movie I liked.
terrible. He's awful. He's not funny.
Waterboy.
His stand-up, it was terrible.
Wedding Singer.
It was terrible.
What?
Terrible, terrible, terrible. And then let's talk about our recently undoubted, or unundoubted. Is that the doubt? Is that the number of uns?
It's the
How many
doubted.
negatives do I have to put in? The recently removed from our doubted list, Kevin James.
Yes.
I hated him in everything. Sorry, Murray. I didn't really watch him in his TV show, so I can't really judge him from that.
He had a
good in
TV
But
show?
every single movie I've seen him in, he's terrible.
He's awful.
The plots are terrible. The scripts are terrible. Everything's terrible.
But then he did a
But
dramatic
then he
role.
did Becky.
Yep.
And I'm like, dude. And actually, I should give him props for his Hubie Halloween. Because even though that movie was completely terrible and rage-filled,
Kevin James was solid.
Kevin James, he was not being funny. He was being the straight man the entire movie.
Yeah,
and he did a stellar job as the straight man.
He did.
So okay, Kevin James, if you're gonna do comedies, just be the straight man, and don't make, as Marie said, do not make movies with Adam Sandler. It's gonna destroy your career for the future. Find someone else to attach yourself to, and stop doing it. My rage is not long because I don't really want to talk about these people, but I do not want to see Adam Sandler comedies ever again.
Can't believe Adam
I will see him
part of both our rages. Is crazy.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
How that
and yet
happened.
you gave him a meh. So let me pass the baton to you because maybe you'll strike up my rage even more. But I'm telling you right now, I do not want to see good dramatic actors in terrible comedies. Let's hear what you got.
My rage this week is sheep on the internet that get so much traction that people believe the crap that they are spewing. The latest example is every schmo with a keyboard or walk-around phone posting that Hubie Halloween was Adam Sandler's revenge movie to the Academy Awards. As mentioned, the timeline makes that impossible, with Hubie Halloween wrapping up production before Uncut Gems was even released. That makes this theory completely bogus. And by the way, for those of you that are waiting for the revenge movie, that it's the worst comedy ever, you will be waiting a long time, as I guarantee Sandler is not going to make intentionally a bad movie. Sure, he'll make some bad movies,
He does.
but none of them
A lot
will
of
be
them.
intentional. Remember a time when a joke was a joke? The fact that anyone took Adam Sandler's statement seriously shows how ridiculous the times we live in are. That is my rage.
Well, I want to say maybe he did and maybe he didn't. Even though your timeline could be factual. I haven't fact-checked it yet.
It is factual.
But what I'm going to say is that he may have already seen the movie and saw how terrible it is. The only thing wrong in his statement was that it's not the worst movie ever made. It's 9 Lives, which I've already told you all. So he's lying right off the bat. But it was pretty damn terrible.
No, he wasn't. See, don't be a sheep. He wasn't lying. He was making a joke, Jim.
But see, I already talked about the fact that Adam Sandler's not funny. So I didn't get his joke. That just proves my point. Adam Sandler's not funny.
We'll just lump you in
and
with
his
the other
movies
sheep
are
then.
terrible. Call me a sheep. Adam Sandler is not funny. And his comedy movies are terrible. He hasn't made a funny comedy movie in 20-some years. But Adam Sandler, I'll see him in dramatic roles every time.
Yeah, he's great.
In dramatic roles. In dramatic roles.
Every now and then he makes a little...
Mute Bryce, because he's going to talk more about how good Adam Sandler is in terrible comedies which aren't funny.
Anyways...
The good
I just
thing
don't
is,
understand how anybody can't take a joke anymore, and anybody can't actually see when someone is joking. It's just
I can take a joke when
weird.
they're funny.
It's a weird society that we live in, when he's obviously just making a joke. You know, if I don't get the Oscar, I'm gonna give you the worst movie ever made. Well, that's a joke.
well, we know that because I've already said 9 Lives is the worst movie. So he knew he didn't make a movie worse than that.
No, but he said he was going to.
Maybe he tried.
Maybe he hired the scriptwriter of 9
Stupid thing
Lives
is,
and said,
he
"Do
was
your
never
damnedest."
going to win the Oscar.
Why not?
Why not?
Joaquin Phoenix had it locked from like December.
Oh, and did you see Uncut Gems?
No, I didn't see either one of those.
Okay,
Oh.
then I guess you don't know.
That has zero to do with
Well,
how good
that
the
has-
movie is.
But I do have to agree.
It
I
has
don't think he
everything
was.
to do with the Academy.
I don't
Nothing
think
to
he
do with
deserved
it.
the Oscar
No.
personally, but
Yeah, whatever.
it was good.
Anyway,
Rage subsiding.
speaking of funny,
Pulse slowing. Anger fading.
all right. Time to let these guys cool down a bit.
I declare.
All right. This week being Halloween and all, I thought I'd share some of the best vampire films that I've ever seen.
Didn't he already talk about this?
No, that you need to check out.
Ooh, is Twilight on it?
No.
Oh.
I have previously described in great detail how awesome Lost Boys is, so I left that one out.
Twilight Eclipse.
But wait a minute. Can we just back up the Merman Minute just for a sec? Keep the
Yeah.
music going. But what did we talk about on our Halloween episode?
I talked about Lost Boys.
No, but did you just talk about Lost Boys?
Yeah, I didn't talk about every vampire
The whole
movie.
list? Oh, good. Well, then I'm even
I-
more excited now.
I prefaced why I was a fan of vampire movies. I listed 2 or 3 that got me into vampires. but-
Sweet. So now we're going to get the Merman
These-
list?
Yeah. Well, yes and no.
I'm so
you might be
excited.
surprised by some of these, actually.
But wait, is number 1 still Lost Boys?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's not on this
Sorry,
list.
carry on.
All right.
Is number 2 Twilight?
First, we have
No.
Yakuza Apocalypse.
What?
2015.
It is delicious.
It was a SIFF midnight screening.
It was a lot of fun.
It was subtitled, which put me at a disadvantage because I don't like those kind. But it just the synopsis. Basically, the Yakuza boss is also a vampire, and then he's like dying. So while he's dying, he basically bites his second in command.
Yes, he does.
And then the new guy has to learn how to become a vampire.
I believe it was based on a true story.
There you go. Directed by Takeshi Mai.
No, it's
With
Takashi
Takashi
Miike.
Mike. He's got 2 eyes. Mike.
Japanese.
Is it
Miike.
Whatever.
Mike.
Whatever. Second, also a SIFF screening, Daybreakers.
Oh,
2010 with Ethan Hawke, Willem Dafoe,
I really like that movie.
Sam Neill.
It's a good movie.
Directed by the Spirigs, assuming brothers. Basically, in the 2019, which seems a year ago now, a plague has transformed almost every human into vampire.
Did that take place in 2019?
That's what they said.
Cool.
This is 2010. It was out though.
Yeah, I know.
Faced with a dwindling blood supply, the dominant race has to figure out how to survive. Meanwhile, researchers trying to basically save humankind, and it was awesome.
It was good.
It was delicious.
Next up, you might like this one. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
Murray,
Yeah.
these are movies that you
That's
love.
what I said. You might be surprised.
This is 2 movies that have subtitles.
because they are about vampires.
Oh.
This one I vaguely recall. I remember it was in black and white.
It was very good.
and it was the first Iranian,
Yeah, it was Iranian.
vampire western ever made.
You saw that,
and
didn't you?
I did.
In
It's
the
good.
ghost town, Bad City, which I'm sure exists, a place that reeks of death and loneliness, the townspeople are unaware they're being stalked by a lonesome vampire, which is a girl.
Oh, yes.
Sweet.
I
Iranian girl.
don't understand what's going on right now, Murray. I like every selection
just hold
so
on
far.
to your horses here.
It's gonna get worse.
Let the right
I can't
one.
even make fun of you.
That's right. Oh wait, that part's coming.
It's coming.
Let the right one in.
Oh, so good.
2008, the original.
What is going
Which
on here?
Was, I will tell you, my first year with the Calgary International Film Festival.
Yeah.
And if you don't know the plot already, basically a 12-year-old boy befriends a mysterious young girl who turns out to be a vampire, basically.
It's made a lot of our lists all the time. We talk
Right.
about it.
It's so good.
All right, now it's time to make fun of me.
Now to make fun of the Myrrh.
Here's the top 3, which are pure Hollywood schlock, which I love.
Well, we already talked
Alright.
about Lost Boys. We like that one.
Okay, the next
Nah,
one
I didn't
is
like it.
John Carpenter's Vampire.
It's awesome. It's John
That's right.
Carpenter.
It's fun.
John Carpenter. That's all you gotta
Motherfucking
know.
Carpenter. And
got-
James Woods.
Jimmy Woods.
Yeah, got no problem with that.
And one of the bald ones, the fat one.
Fat Baldwin.
Fat Baldwin.
And Thomas Ian Griffith, who
You should change his
may
name
not
to
know
Fat
was
Baldwin.
the bad guy from Karate Kid 3. But yeah, and it was awesome. It was bloody. It was violent. It was.
I'm sorry,
awesome.
Daniel.
James Woods.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Jimmy
Which
Woods.
Baldwin are you? I'm the fat one.
He is. Look at them all. He's the fat one. Like Steven and William are like identical
Wow,
twins. They're
they've all-
both skinny.
They've all gotten kind of fat.
They're-
Did
well,
you,
yeah,
did you
but
see
now-
William in the
Talking about in the
last
90s.
thing? Yeah, okay.
Daniel was always fat.
I'm gonna shut
The other
up.
guys were
He likes
skinny.
chocolate bars. Why not?
Then we got one of my favorites.
Is this number 2?
Well, no.
I forgot
not really
there were
numbered.
4 Baldwins.
Underworld. Talking about the first one. I loved them all, but the first one was
The first one's
amazing.
the best.
And
Underworld was good.
Kate Beckinsale
oh,
kicking dicks. That's all you gotta know. And dressed in tight leather.
She's delicious.
And she falls in love with a guy who
Tasty.
becomes like a werewolf. So
Yeah.
it's like, and Michael Sheen is phenomenal as always.
Murray, your list is fantastic.
I
right.
love your list until you're number
And the
one.
last one, I know you're gonna hate this one.
It's Lost Boys.
No, I said
Oh.
Lost Boys isn't in this.
Oh, okay. What is
Because
it?
that's already the number 1 of all time.
Oh,
But
okay.
Oh God!
Interview
I just looked
with
over
the
his shoulder.
vampire.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. I liked
It's
it.
not
I
terrible.
hate that movie.
It's got some plot issues because
It's good, Murray. I like it.
I've actually read the book, so I know
As
it's
did
got some
I.
issues. And yeah, I, like many other people, had a problem with Tom Cruise being cast as Lestat, but that quickly faded once he actually showed up on the screen. I'm like, he was awesome.
He was awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, wait. Now I know what Christian Slater's best movie is. There
You go.
That's not his
But yeah,
best
so
movie.
Yes,
if
it
you
is.
like vampires like I do, check these movies out.
Murray, I fully approve your entire list.
I
Gee,
approve
thanks.
for every single one except for the last one.
Yeah, well.
Well,
screw you,
you're
buddy.
dumb because Anne Rice is a brilliant
That's
writer.
right. Screw you, buddy.
Yeah,
That
screw
doesn't
you.
mean that it was a brilliant movie.
It was great.
Okay.
All right.
The lists.
The list.
The lists. So we can't finish on Michael Stuhlbarg
Stuhlbarg.
Spielberg.
because I haven't seen
Shirley.
Shirley yet. And it's making me sad because I'm trying
Surely you
everywhere. Surely I'm lying, but I am not. So, I am going to bring forward a doubted this week.
Okay.
And I think we can all pretty much agree that
Is
it
it
will
Adam
be
Sandler?
a landslide.
I already disagree. They are so not doubted.
Well, just wait. Let me
Okay.
tell you the movies.
Let's hear
The
it.
first one I haven't actually seen.
Okay, I've probably seen
It's
it.
called, I don't know if you have,
Well, tell me what it is.
Spinning into Butter.
Spinning into Butter. Is it a documentary?
No, it is not.
I have not seen Spinning into Butter.
Neither have I, and I don't think we're going to see it. The
Okay.
next one from 2008 is Smart People,
Smart People.
which was a meh.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2008
I'll go meh.
was Sex and the City, which was a rage.
That's a rage.
The first one?
Yep. Then 2009, Did You Hear About the Morgans, which was a rage.
That's a meh.
Okay, well this one will not be, because it's Sex and the City 2,
Rage.
which is a rage. Then 2011 is I Don't Know How She Does It,
Rage.
which was a rage. Then we have 2015's
Why have I seen
All
these movies?
Roads. I don't know. All Roads Lead to Rome, which was a rage.
Why have I seen
And then
these?
the final icing on the cake, which I don't think is, even if it's a meh, she's on it, is Here and Now, which was from 2018, and it is a super
It's a rage.
magnificent rage.
Yes.
Sarah Jessica Parker
Oh,
is now
she is so
officially
doubted.
doubted. Murray, unless there's anything on that list,
There is one movie in her Sorry Excuse for Career I ever liked, nothing to do with her. That was Honeymoon in Vegas. Nothing to do with her.
With Nick Cage.
Yes,
Nick.
because she was okay.
Nick makes everything a
Because she
Mondo.
was at the
That's the way
pool
it is.
dressed in a bikini, so until she opened her mouth, I was okay with her.
and thank
But-
God we didn't have to go back to Hocus Pocus, because that's a
Yeah,
Mondo.
God. Yeah, no, absolutely. Put her on. She's doubted forever. I will never see one of her movies, ever.
Doubted.
Okay, I'm so generous today. I'm going to give out a Mesmerized this week,
All right.
which I've been meaning to do for a while.
Let's do it.
And I don't know why he's not on our list, but John Malkovich.
John Malkovich
Thought he
isn't on
was.
our list.
Nope.
Huh.
Did we try him out for Undoubted then?
We did, but he's made some bad movies.
I think he's one of the few actors that can do accents, and it doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't ever
Doesn't
bother
annoy me. Yep.
Because his Russian gangster in the
That.
Rounders,
Yep.
where he's he's not a gangster, he's just a guy that runs the
Dude
poker,
bag
the
guy.
underground poker.
He was also the best part of both Red movies.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Yep.
Yeah, he was the best part.
He
I
was.
will give you
'Cause
that.
he was crazy.
It was still two awful movies, but
I,
yes.
love-
I liked them both. Well,
I'm on
the second
Team
one,
Murray
not
here.
so much, but
Oh, you
Yeah,
are
he-
not.
So
you
I
like
am.
Red
I do like Red.
and Red 2.
I like Red 2 almost as much.
Oh my
Almost.
goodness!
I like
gracious.
old people having sex, and there was old people having
I
sex. in
like
that
old
movie.
people kicking ass.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
too.
I like.
So, is he mesmerized or is he not?
He is.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we got two that made the cut this week, people.
Yay. All right then. Last time on Rage or Dare, Jim and Bryce yet again pulled from the newly enamored dare bag from our loyal listeners and pulled the classic Turkish film The Man Who Saved the World. No, wait, that's not it. I mean, Dunyana Kurtaran Adam? Whatever that is. That doesn't sound right. I mean, Turkish Star Wars. What? Is that a thing?
It is.
Does this Turkish kung fu sci-fi masterpiece bring the international level of rage our listeners are hoping, or did the crew fall in love with this brilliant art piece of cinema? This week, Bryce can choose to pull from the dare bag, or did Turkish Star Wars scare him back into the comfort and security of Jim's succulent bag of rage? Let's check out with Bryce and see what the Turkish Star Wars had done to him first.
Turkish Star Wars. To criticize Turkish Star Wars would be silly. The stealing of footage and sound from other movies made it an entertaining romp that I wish I could have seen in a packed movie theater.
Yes.
The montages where we witnessed their training was tremendous.
Wait a minute. Just stop. Pause for a second. Did you say montage and tremendous,
in the same sentence? It falls under the so bad it was good category, and for that reason, I have no idea why it was in our dare bag. This was not the type of movie that should be in the bag. The movies that should be in the Rage or Dare bag should be so bad they are painful to watch.
Like Hubie Halloween.
Not so bad that they are actually entertaining. Like Hubie Halloween. Anyhow, Turkish Star Wars was meh.
Okay. Well, I got a lot to say about this.
Go for it.
Rock punching training?
Awesome.
Kung Fu space heroes and cantina fight off?
I wish we should have just got 90 minutes of the
I
Rock.
know. Oh, wait. Did I mention that rock punch training had
awesome.
a montage and interspecies romance?
Yes.
Plus rocks tied to your legs for additional training montage?
It was awesome.
There was so much montage. I was having I don't know if this is possible. Possible. But mongasm?
You're having a mongasm.
I had a mongasm.
Mondogasm.
This, no, not mondogasm. A mongasm, like a montagegasm.
Oh, montagegasm.
Montagegasm? Montagegasm.
Montageism.
Montagegasm.
Whatever, move on.
Montagegasm.
This had so much montage, I could not get enough. And although they talked about Star Wars ripoffs, but it was the Raiders of the Lost Ark music score during training that I loved so much.
It was so good.
Was this movie terrible? Absolutely. Did I laugh at the entirety of this movie? Absolutely. This movie should have been called Turkish Enter the Dragon and the Lost Ark in Star Wars meets Flash Gordon. The funniest thing about this film is the director made this due to Turkish Film Board blocking U.S. blockbusters into Turkey and felt making softcore porn wasn't funny enough. So we got Turkish Star Wars.
Yes.
And thanks Satan we did. Plus, I love how the aliens take on Islam as a religion. The true religion. I'm like, that just came right out of nowhere. It was kind of like, what? Like, hold on a minute.
What
These
just
are
happened?
aliens and now they're picking one of the earthly religions?
Yep.
I loved seeing the pink mascot wearing PJs battle, where our hero kills the monster with his own arm after he rips it off. It was just fantastic. All at the same time of playing the Indiana Jones theme music in the background. Oh, and the squooshing sound with every punch striking the body was so awesome.
was good.
Spoosh, 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 skaboosh. But even better was at the very end of the movie when he split the villain in half with a karate chop, causing a nuclear explosion. But wait, before that, the FX was so terrible, they didn't have the ability to show the cut in half body. So they basically took Murray, imagine this. They've got a dead body lying on the ground, and they just put a shadow over half of his body. That his body was cut in half, and then put the black spot over the other side of the body to make it look like his body was cut in half with shadows.
It was beautiful.
It was so funny. I couldn't stop laughing. This is Turkey's version of Plan 9 from outer space, and so I give it an Ed Wood honorable mention meh for the hilarious awfulness that it brings.
I don't know. I'm glad I saw it,
So am I. Thank you, people who gave us this movie.
but I'm supposed to be raging when I pluck these things out
Well,
of
but
the
but
bag.
our listeners may be raging because they hated it.
No, I don't think that's what happened this time, Jim.
I think maybe
I
they
think
did.
they were laughing the whole way through and said, "Well, we just want,
Maybe they would love us so much they
They
wanted
just
to give
wanted
us
you
a
to talk
present.
about it.
That's not
So-
what the bag is about.
Well, it's a dare, so you never know what you're going to get. It's like a bits and bites. You don't know what you're getting. Are you going back to the dare bag?
Yeah, I probably won't get a musical if I go back to the dare bag. So that's although I may, I guess.
You may.
Hey,
Want the dare, or you want to go to
Once
back
I
to-
take from the dare bag, then
next
I have
week
to,
you have to take a
or
rage.
Next time I have to take from your bag.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'll go dare bag again.
All right, maybe you'll get one of your favorite movies.
I probably will.
Turkish Star Wars 2.
Hey, I got Phone Booth the first time. I got Turkish Star Wars. I mean, it's so
I got 9 Lives,
I
the
got-
worst movie ever made.
yeah,
so
they're lucky it'll be an Adam Sandler movie.
All right, let's take a look at what we got. All right, Cabin Boy.
that fucking movie's terrible.
Is it that bad?
Is that
It's really bad.
Is that Chris Farley?
It's just
no,
terrible.
it's isn't it the dude from the David Letterman show?
Who's the dude from David Letterman?
Yeah, it's
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott.
Oh,
Yep.
is he from David Letterman?
Yep. It's terrible. It's
Alright,
really,
sure
really
is.
bad.
Well, there
think
you go.
I think it'll probably be funny.
Welcome.
Good luck with that.
He's funny on David
Exactly.
Letterman.
Yeah, he's pretty funny in a couple. Isn't he also in
I think I've
Schitt's
seen this,
Creek?
but I just don't remember it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You're probably going to hate it. It's terrible.
I think it's got one line in it that my brother quotes all the time.
Yeah, maybe. Well, thanks, Ragers, for listening. Thanks, the Extended Film Rage crew of Leonard Conlon for his artistic vision and photography via Leonard Conlon Photography. Listen to us on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And check out our website at filmrageyyc.com. You must remember to listen to us on Friday, as we will be appearing on Best Little Horror House in Philly and George's episode, where we are going to talk about Cube. Do not forget that, because it is important. We are always wanting to hear your feedback to make this a raging blast for all listeners. So please go on Apple Podcast, our website, or Podchaser, and comment often. And please make us rage. Please, please. That's it for this week. Rage on.
Rage on.